minimally processed foods just don't taste as good.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a protein shake that tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Like, that's crazy,
Yeah,
right? And
totally.
it's not like when we were kids and it was protein powder, it tastes like chicken feet, but you're just choking it down because it was protein. Like, nowadays, it's unbelievable,
Yeah.
the flavoring. And I think one of the biggest things that people can do just as a palate reset, if they're having trouble, with minimally processed foods and ultra-processed foods, is really weaning off ultra-processed foods, focusing on these minimally processed foods, herbs, spices, not too much salt, and you give your palate a time to adjust. And then that food becomes much more enjoyable. That food becomes the preferred food. And you can then use ultra-processed foods to support the flexibility, the portability, and the shelf life that you need in your day-to-day life. And I've found that to be a really winning formula for a lot of people.
Yeah, I've noticed this myself. Like if I'm a big diet soda guy, but if I go off diet soda for a month, the first time I have a diet soda again, I'm like, oh my God, this is so sweet. Like it almost
It's
tastes
a lot, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But then you have another one and then you adjust. And then when you try to get off it, nothing tastes sweet for a while. It's like your palate really does sort of adjust to how, I guess I'll use the word intense of a flavor you're giving it. But to your point, when you get off that, nothing really tastes good for a while. But if you can kind of sit with that, just being like, all right, my meals are going to be boring for whatever it is, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Then all of a sudden, this health food that you once thought was awful, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. And if you can keep that up, then it becomes so much easier. But you can't get there without kind of going through the suck for a few weeks.
Yep, exactly. This is something with children, like with my kids, which range 11 to almost 18. I'm always talking to them about this. They love to give me the hard time. Like, oh, Dad, these peppers are amazing. They taste so good. I'm like, yeah. Like they're always making fun of me. But if you can give yourself that time, like if you ever want to have just like a chorus of people to give you a hard time constantly, you should have teenagers. If you could get through that, it makes all the difference.
Totally.
Just have to wean off that intensity of flavor is a great description.
Yeah. I have 2 final questions. First, what is your favorite ultra-processed food? This is like your death row meal. The warden comes in. He's like, well, Dr. Mike, you got 8 more hours of life. We've sentenced you to death for telling us to stop eating Domino's pizza. What is your final meal?
Man. Oh, boy. I don't even know if it would be an ultra-processed food. I mean, my final meal...
Oh, come on.
It would be brisket, if I'm being honest.
Awesome.
It would be like a Texas smoked brisket, which you could technically make at your house, so it's not,
but with more than 750 milligrams of salt.
Well salted.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're like,
yeah.
we're going 7,500 milligrams of salt on this bad boy, just a salt crusting. Send me away. That might kill you before the electric chair, man.
Yes. Yeah. I would say like day to day in my practical life, ready to drink protein shakes.
Okay.
So nowadays you can get these ultra filtered milk.
Yeah.
Protein shakes.
Like
in a
Fairlife and...
Yeah, Fairlife, Nuri. Nuri is my favorite.
Nuri's
30 grams
good.
of protein.
Oh,
It's in like one of those little
Shout
slim
out to
cans.
Nuri. Shout out to Nuri. Costco. It's like $20 for like 12 or 15 of them, and they're
Yes.
good.
So I'm usually on my kid, like, look, we can't do the ready to drink protein shakes because, like they're not cheap and these kids like just nonstop with and then I was looking at them, I'm like, well, actually, I'm like at Costco, I'm like, they're pretty cheap. They're like $1.50 a piece, maybe, when you look at it, and I'm like, all right, go for it. So yeah, like that's probably, my favorite. That's my ultimate ultra processed is the Nuris for sure.
Day to day. And then finally, and this one might open up a can of worms, but we're going to open it anyways. What are your thoughts on GLP-1s?
I'm all for them.
Awesome.
I was reading something last week about concerns around like hedonic drive.
What do you mean by that? Explain that for us.
So one of they impair your cravings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the beauty of GLP-1s is that for the late 80s and 90s, everyone thought, let's just get people to burn more calories. And so weight loss drugs were all stimulant based. Turns out that kills people, right? So like, they're like, what's the other part of the equation? Then they went to, let's get them to absorb less food. That also didn't work, right? So that was the Olestra era.
Yeah, so we're basically just, we won't get into details, just passing right through.
Yeah. And now they're like, okay, what if we just got people to eat less? Like they just weren't hungry. And that's what GLP-1s do, right? And so they reduce that drive for food. And so there's some thought that the same pathways, because everything in your body is interrelated, might also be reducing drive in other areas, such as relationships and other points of connection. So I think that is a interesting potential connection. But otherwise, I think they're amazing. Like if we've been looking for a drug to help people lose weight for however long, and now all of a sudden we have one. It's safe, doesn't cause heart attacks, right? If anything, there's a potential for lean mass loss, which is a concern in any sort of weight loss situation when you're eating less.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now it's like, oh, we shouldn't do this. Like we shouldn't be eating these food, or we shouldn't be taking these drugs. Like it's cheating. It's all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, like give it. Like the food. I know we've been saying good things about the food industry. They've been cheating for decades, making chips taste like they shouldn't.
Yeah.
like a McDonald's French fry. That's not how a potato should taste.
I had a friend named Tamar Haspel. She's a nutrition columnist for the Washington Post. She basically said our food system has become so technological that we are fighting against technology and we should be using technology to fight back. And that is what GLP-1s allow us to do.
Yeah, I think that's great. It's an unfair fight. And, now all of a sudden it's like our muskets have rifling. And so, it is. And so if you follow like the war reference, so yeah, we can fight back. I do. I have a hard time, especially with the tone that sometimes people take around discipline and hard work and all this other stuff. Everybody's lives are complicated.
Yeah, totally.
And there's all sorts of things going on metabolically. And if you're in a situation like minimally processed foods, it takes effort. Like you have to be committed to it. I mean, as fast as the meal prep videos are on TikTok, it still takes time and effort. And so for this to support you to eat less is, I think, a really good thing. So I don't have anything but good things to say.
Yeah, what I've heard most from, I've had a lot of people who read my Substack that are on them. They've said what it's really done is it just reduced the wording that I hear all the time is food noise. They just go, when I was trying to lose weight, all I would think about is food. And what am I going to eat again? Oh, I got to not eat that. Oh, the M&Ms are calling. I got to just not listen to them. And they're like, I just don't even think about food anymore. It's just not taking up my brain space anymore. And it's just been so much better day to day.
And now, there's a pill version, so it'll be interesting to see kind of the proliferation of that, because I think, sticking yourself is a showstopper for some people. So I think it's, I definitely think it's a move in the right direction, and via a mechanism that makes sense. We're not speeding up metabolism, we're not stopping it, increasing heart rate, any of those things.